Hello students, good morning and welcome to English class. Today we will discuss a poem named Song of a Dream by Sarojini Naidu. You know that Sarojini Naidu is an Indian writer who is known as the Nightingale of India. So in this poem she is describing her dream world. So we have to discuss what was her dream. So before coming to the poem, there is a statement given: a flower cannot blossom without sunshine, and a man cannot live without love. So we know that while we think of life in this planet, if there is no sunshine, if there is no sunlight, there will be no flowers, there will be no plants. Likewise, in the case of humans, if they have to live here happily, they need love. They should have the feeling that others love them. Okay, so here we will see what was Sarojini Naidu's idea, her dream about this world. So we will read the poem once and afterwards we'll come to the explanation what is needed. So Song of a Dream by Sarojini Naidu. Once in the dream of a night I stood alone in the light of a magical wood, soul deep in visions that poppy-like sprang, and spirits of truth were the birds that sang, and spirits of love were the stars that glowed, and spirits of peace were the streams that flowed in that magical wood in the land of sleep. Lone in the light of that magical grove, I felt the stars of the spirits of love gather and gleam round my delicate youth, and I heard the song of the spirits of truth. To quench my longing, I bend my low by the streams of the spirits of peace that flow in that magical wood in the land of sleep. Okay, it's a short poem, and as we mentioned at the beginning, it is Sarojini Naidu's dream about this world. So, coming to the first stanza, once in the dream of a night I stood. So, in a night she had a dream, and in that dream she saw a magical wood. And we will see why was it, or why did she call that land magical. It was a magical land, and that is mentioned, why it was magical, that is mentioned in the next line. So she had a dream, and in that dream she saw a magical land. Soul deep in visions that poppy-like sprang. So she had a number of visions in her dream, and it is mentioned that poppy-like sprang. So it is mentioned poppy-like because we know that in the case of certain plants, the seeds they fly in the air and they spread all over. So like a poppy, she also saw a number of, like the seeds of a poppy, she saw a number of visions in her dream. And see, what did she see? And spirits of truth were the birds that sang. So in her dream she saw the spirits of truth, and it is mentioned that spirits of truth were the birds that sang, and spirits of love were the stars that glowed. So spirits of truth were mentioned, were the birds that were singing beautifully, and she could see spirits of love were the stars that glowed. The stars that were shining were the spirits of love, and spirits of peace were the streams that flowed. She saw a stream, which was that stream that was the spirits of peace in that magical wood in the land of sleep. So mainly three things, three spirits she saw in her dream. Spirits of truth, spirits of love, and spirits of peace. That's why she calls her land a magical land. Because in the land there were, which were the qualities which she could see there? Truth, love, and peace. Okay. Alone in the light of that magical grove. What's the meaning of alone? Alone. She was all alone there. She was standing alone in that magical land, in that magical grove. So in the first part we saw that the term used is magical wood, and here it is used the magical grove. It was a magical land. She was standing there all alone. I felt the stars of the spirits of love gather and gleam round my delicate youth. So it is mentioned in the first part that she could see spirits of truth, spirits of love, and spirits of peace. So what were they doing while they saw Sarojini Naidu all alone there? So I felt the stars of the spirits of love gather and gleam round my delicate youth. Gleam means they were spreading their light, or we can say they were shining around her delicate youth. They gathered around her. And I heard the song of the spirits of truth. And she, even though she was all alone there, she could hear, she could listen to the song of birds. Which songs it is mentioned? The spirits of truth. The spirits of truth were the birds that sang out. It is mentioned in the first stanza. Then, to quench my longing, I bend me low. So, to quench means to satisfy her thirst. So here, to quench my longing, to quench my, to satisfy her desires, I bend me low by the streams of the spirits of peace that flow. A stream was flowing there, and that stream, it is mentioned, it was the spirit of peace in that magical wood in the land of sleep. So she was standing in such a magical land. Okay, so dear children, can you find out from this, as we have discussed, why does she call this land a magical land? Or what's her dream of this world? What's her dream? Is it a world which is full of violence, attack, killing each other, wars, and all sort of antisocial activities, where people are fighting each other, killing each other? Is it so? No. She is dreaming of this world, she had a dream where all the people of this world live in truth, love, and peace. We know that in the case of a family, in the case of a land, if these three qualities are there, which are the three qualities mentioned here: truth, where all the people are truthful, where all the people are standing for truth, where all the people are loving each other, one another, where there is peace, where there is no sort of violence and fight. So if these three qualities are there, no doubt it will become a magical land. So her request is that all the people of this world should live in truth, love, and peace. Then there will be no problem here. All the people can live happily without any problem. So and why does she call it a dream? Because we know that while we look around, while we look into the world, we know that it is not like that. There are different sort of problems are there. Different sort of attacks are there. Different problems that what we say that separate humans. There are different problems as we have mentioned. See, maybe in the form of communal rights, or maybe in the form of attacks, maybe in the form of terrorism, maybe in the form of war. And if you think so, there are a number of problems that separate humans and that what we say, that lose the peace and love of people. But if all the people of this world, if they decide to live in truth, love and peace, it will become a wonderful magical land. That's the idea of the poem. So now what you have to do is read the poem many times. Okay, so mainly three, we know that it's about three qualities: truth, love and peace, and here it is compared to different things or spirits of truth. According to the poets, they are the bird that sang, spirits of love stars, spirits of peace stream that flowed. Okay, so a number of metaphors are there. Also you can see that you can see the rhyme scheme. Rhyming words are there: stood, wood, sprang, sang, glowed, flowed, etc. And I think we have learned how to mark the rhyme scheme. Look at the last two words of each stanza, and how should you mark it? Mark it with the English small letter. So first sound should be marked A. So stood, A. Wood, similar to stood, so that also should be marked A. Then sprang, a different sound, so B. Sprang and sang similar, so B. Then glowed, C. Flowed, C. Likewise, you have to mark the rhyme scheme. If you are asked to find out the rhyming words, you can write like rhyming pair, stood, wood, rhyming pair, sprang, sang, rhyming pair. Likewise, you can write. Then I think in the second line there is an example for alliteration, I think, which we have discussed earlier in the other poems also. Where is the alliteration? Lone in the light of a magical wood. Lone, which is the first sound there, L sound. Light, also L sound. So you know that alliteration is the repetition of the initial consonant sound. So in the case of both the words, first sound, initial sound, the same sound. So that is an example for alliteration. Okay. Then if you look at, you can see other examples. A number of examples are there for alliteration. Spirits sang, here spirit starts. Likewise, different examples are there for alliteration. Also a number of metaphors are used there. See, spirits of truth. According to the poet, while she saw spirits of truth, they were birds. Likewise, spirits of love stars, spirits of peace streams. All these are examples for metaphors. And then also you can see that a number of images are used there. Visual images are there. Which are the visual images? You can say starts, grow, all this visual as we see something. And also I think examples for auditory images are there. Like the birds that sang, something related to sound. Auditory images are there. Then also I think there are examples for assonance. What is assonance? What is assonance? Repetition of vowel sounds. Repetition of consonant sound is alliteration. Repetition of vowel sound is assonance. Magical, land, magical. There is an A sound. Land, there is A sound. Likewise, you can find out other examples of assonance also. Okay. So now after read the poem a number of times and come to the questions given there. Okay, these questions are here to check whether you understood the poem clearly. Okay, so complete it, and you know that in the case of poems you have to write an appreciation of a poem. So what all things you should include in appreciation? No doubt first you should mention the name of the poem and the poet. Then second, you should mention the theme of the poem, and then the main ideas of the poem should be mentioned briefly, and afterwards you should make a comment about the poetic devices used there, and also a conclusion mentioning your personal ideas. So learn to write an appreciation also. So read the poem many times, do the questions given, and also write an appreciation. Okay, we'll stop for today and see you next day. Thank you.